Hey again, guys. You know what I like to do after I get done eating Doritos? I like to look at some baseball cards. If you are a Dion fan, you might want to pick up some Doritos. They have him on these bags right now. Thought I'd let you know that. So you might have seen my 2 rants on eBay authentication. Got a new one. So, get the sleeve. And there's like a piece of grass in there, all sealed up, like on top of the card. First of all, and you can see it right there. I kept a piece of it. But then it comes on, these guys, there's like this crud on here. Now, I wiped some of it off on my video, but you could clearly see how all the crud and everything. And it's raised. It's like somebody was eating junk food or candy and it's stuck there. And this is what I always say about this authentication. We don't want people manhandling our cards like that. If this is the way they treat, was his hand sticky when he was authenticating this thing? Why would you do that? And they wrap it in here and you're supposed to leave it in here for the rest of your life because if you take it out, no more authentication. And, you know, they have that QR code, QC code, whatever you call it. And they scan it, so they scan all these photos in there. So is it like when you put things in a landfill with all these photos out there? Because I throw all mine away. So no one will ever access that photo. And it kind of seems like waste to me because I know I'm not the only one. But this beautiful 1960 Lake to Lake card came in here. And I love this one because it's punched, which means somebody turned it in to get a product. You can see there's a faint little staple mark. These were stapled to milk cartons, I believe. And then you could redeem them for other products. I don't know, ice cream. I'm not real sure. Lake to Lake as a store up in Milwaukee, I guess. Convenience store. Grocery store, something along those lines. But I've been wanting this card. My man Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards, got one. And man, I was jealous. But it's a beauty. These are not super easy to find. I have a few others from the set, so I'm so glad to add this. Most of the other ones you could pick up for next to nothing, but they're still not too easy to find. And I'm one of the few people, you know, I love them the way they were. These were stapled and cashed in there. But a beauty. You know, I always say that I don't have the most expensive card collection. I don't have the most expensive card. I don't have the highest graded cards. But what I do say, and I do believe, is I believe I have the most extensive card collection in the world. And what I mean by that is most cards, most sets represented, deep sets, sports, all kinds of different sports, and pretty much anything that relates to cards. I have lots. I have lots and lots and lots of sets and all the sports represented. Except for cricket. I don't have any cricket, although I've considered it, but I don't know anything about cricket. So that said, I have a large card showing for you tonight. And I'm going to be like all over the place. I got some great new items in. And I had some things laying around I figured I'd show you. And I want to start off and tell you a funny story. When I first started shopping on eBay for cards, this was in the early 2000s, I won this Emmitt Smith rookie card. I don't know, I just stumbled upon it and I remembered the story. And that's what makes card collecting so great sometimes, when you remember exactly when you got a card. And so we had this card shop in Greensburg called Joe's Card Shop. And I used to go there all the time. So I bid on this on eBay, and I win it for $5. I don't remember what I bid, but I won it for $5. I was like the only bidder, and he put a low bid on, starting bid. And so I went to pay, and he sent me a note, and he's like, why don't you just come down and pick this up? And it was Joe from Joe's Card Shop right down the road from me. So I went down. I think I gave him extra money because I felt bad. It was only $5. He was very disappointed. That's what it sold for. All right, guys. What else good did I get? I got this great Pete Pijos 1950 Bowman. Pete Pijos never dropped the ball in his whole career. Great receiver. He was essentially, you know, a lot of the receivers were like this back then. He essentially played what would be a tight end today. He was a running back, and they converted him. And a great player, a World War II vet. He was critical of modern players after he retired because he couldn't believe they dropped the ball. He said they'd get paid to catch the ball. He never dropped the ball. One of the great receivers. If you never heard of him, that makes him one of the greatest receivers you never heard of. Watch some film on him. His daughter did a special, I saw it on YouTube, where she went through his stuff when he passed, and it's really interesting to watch. And then she went over to where he was in World War II. Some woman had found one of his pins, I think, and reached out to her, and she thought it was a scam or something at first, but it ended up being real, and he had left it behind in World War II. Really cool story. So I have this 1913 Nap Langeway game card. Now you can find these in high grade. If you're looking for a Nap Langeway and you can't afford one of his other cards, this is a real affordable one. And it's nice. And as you can see, they're easy to find in high grade. This is a 10. But I picked up the other version. Now, I showed you guys some photos I picked up at a card shop, and they're from the Yankees, and these things are really hard to find. And I got a Dave Winfield. This is another version. I had a picture, just a pose of him, like a headshot, holding a bat. But this is a really great one. And they have these signatures on here, and they actually look like they're hand-signed. They did a great job with those. So I'm happy to add that to my Yankees photos. These were stadium photos. And if you're from the California area, got these Photo Lab. Guess these were, I believe, stadium giveaways of some Angels. Dave Winfield. Wally Joyner. And my man, should be in the Hall of Fame, Parker. Picked up another one of these 1949 Remar Breads. Minor leagues, the Oaks, Rebel Oaks. This is Earl Rapp. He played in the big leagues, up and down. Nothing super notable to mention. Earl Rapp. But I have some others. I have Billy Martin here. Love that card. Cookie Lovagetto. And I have a signed George Kelly. And I got one of these square proofs of Dick Butkus, Super. Square version. I know people call them proofs. I think there's about 100 of every player. And there's some debate on how they were issued, what they are. I know SGC has always labeled them as square proofs. Here's a 1948 Baseball Greats exhibit of Connie Mack. I like this set. I had a bunch of these when I was a kid. Takes me back. And I got an exceptional piece. I got just an exceptional piece. And it makes me want to bring out some of these cards again. But I collect the 1929 cash and publications. We'll take a look at some. And I just missed out on a Paul Wainer. Went a little too high for my blood. Didn't want to pay that for it. But there's Lloyd. I'll find another one. I wish I would have won that one. It was a nice example. One of you probably bought that. Burley Grimes, Pat Malone. How I got this is the guy, I ordered I bought the Burley Grimes, and he sent me this. And I'm like, who the heck is Pat Malone, right? And I reach out to him, and I'm like, can you send me the other one? You sent me the wrong one. So he's like, you can send that back or whatever. And I'm like, well, how much you want for that? I'll keep it. So I bought it from him. After I looked him up, he was a pretty decent pitcher. And the Lou Gehrig, Jimmy Fox, Lefty Grove, Rogers Hornsby, Lefty O'Doul, and Howard Emke. And what I got is a box that they came in. Now, they came in 4 different color boxes. There was a pink one, a blue one, this one, and maybe magenta, pink, maybe orange. I forget the other one. Maybe green. I named every color. But there's 4 different colors. I'd like to get all 4 at some point. There was a guy that had all 4, but I thought he was asking way too much money. I could pick them up. I could get them cheaper if I buy them individually. I made him an offer, but he didn't respond. I thought I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. All right. Hey, I don't normally buy non-sport cards, but man, my girl was Sade. I picked up a card from Italy and one from Spain. This is the one from Spain. This is the one from Italy. Sade. My friends and I came over. Our wives were hanging out upstairs, and we were downstairs. And I had a concert of hers on DVD, and we sat down there one night. And my other 2 friends, she's not really their kind of music, but we were drinking, and I put that DVD on, and we just sat there mesmerized. She had such a stage presence. She doesn't do anything. She just stands up there and sings, but you can't take your eyes off of her. Such charisma. All right, I got a few more of these black one-touch holders, and I had this Ichiro laying around. This is from 2007. It's a Japanese version, and I thought, man, this is going to look good in one of those black holders. And I think I was right. But you can see it's in Japanese there. Great card. Got this Sidney Crosby, 2020. These are numbered to 199. These may be the best kept secret in hockey. These are great. I got the Connor McDavid. Got the Connor McDavid a while ago, so I added this, and I got the Tavares too. Coming. I don't have it yet. Man, how cool is this? 1996 finest Derek Jeter. Should I crack it out of there and take the film off? Such a cool card. I had to have it when I saw it. 1975 Dave Johnson. Wasn't he on a team? He was on a team where like 3 players had 40 home runs. And he was one of them, I believe. Was it the Braves? I got to go look that up now. I know I'm not crazy. And I got another one of these because it's such a great card. One of my all-time favorite sets. 1976 Lou Brock. I just love him leading off there, you know, as a base stealer. And I'll tell you what, I don't think he gets enough love from anybody. Watch his performance in the 1968 World Series, and you could find it on YouTube. Guy got on base every time he was up. They couldn't get him out. I mean, you got to be pretty good to get 3,000 hits, right? But he's known for his stolen bases, but he was much more than that. He was a good hitter. And I got a couple of Jordan Alvarez's. Got the regular and the chrome there. And I got the Jeremy Pena. Had to get one of him. And I got some O'Neal Cruz's. Tallest shortstop in the history of baseball. I think he's taller than Don. Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams cards. Is he taller than you, Don? Got a patch there. And I got a Kenny Pickett sticker. I know the Steelers are struggling, but he's going to be just fine. They sucked before he started, so can't blame him. And I got the red version. And I showed you guys what I thought was the greatest modern football set. The 2017 Prism. And some people pointed out I was missing, you know, there's other rookies in there, so I had to grab some. So I got the Delvin Cook. And I got a jersey. And I got that one. And then I didn't have the McCaffrey of that version, so I picked that up. Christian McCaffrey. And I got Lattimore here. Modern day, I don't know, I ended up with 2 of those. You ever bid on 2 auctions and win them both? That's what I love about football players, especially defensive football players. It's hard to give their cards away. You can pick them up for next to nothing. You could be TJ Watt. Nobody cares. And I got this version too. If you're not a quarterback, forget about it. And wide receivers, you know, they might be hot for a year or 2, but that fades too. What are you paying for Antonio Brown cards now? And I got this Devontae Johnson for my Steelers. You know, one year when he was a rookie, and this would never happen if I was living in Pittsburgh, right? Because I'm a Steeler fan. You never get these kind of pulls. I would go every once in a while and get some Prism cards. Every time I pulled a pack, I pulled one of his rookie cards. I ended up with 3 different versions and the autograph card. It was like insane. Every pack I opened, I pulled one of his rookies. Never see anything like it. And I want to tell you something. You guys are going to talk smack probably, but this dude is tearing it up this year. What a comeback story. And man, if you watch him, his passes are just on the money. On the money. You know, he was a kind of a fluke before. But I used to go to West Virginia games all the time. And not when he played, before he played. But that's kind of one of my teams. Pitt, Penn State, West Virginia. So I had to get some of his cards. I had some from back in the day, but I didn't really collect them, just if I got them. But he looks fantastic this year. And maybe it just goes to show you, if you're in the right system, the right fit, what you can do. But I'm excited to see the rest of the season with him. And let's see here. For you Viking fans, I stumbled on these that I had back in the day. And these were from Burger King. And this is a checklist with all the different packs you could get. Checklist in each pack. What are these from? 99, I think? 98 or 99. Dante Culpepper. I think this is from his rookie season. And how good was Robert Smith? Man, that guy was unstoppable. Phenomenal running back. Very short career, though. Great running back. And Robert Griffin. But these are cool little Burger King cards. If you've never seen them. If you're a Viking fan, man, you might want to go get the set. Looks like there's a bunch of them on there. What else do I have? How about some bazooka cards? These are from, what are these? 88 and 89. Here's the 88 ones. They're pretty cool. I like these cards. Got Doc Gooden. Darryl Strawberry. Cal Ripken. Tim Raines. Jose Canseco. And here we have Ricky Henderson. Gary Sheffield. Greg Jeffries. Shining Star. And Darryl Strawberry. So we have these Bazooka Shining Stars. Man, I was a Strawberry fan and a Gooden fan. Those guys were exciting. Here we have 1984 Topps Football Stars. These Walter Payton. These cards were always so underappreciated. The 83 stickers too. The 83 stickers are fabulous. And nobody wants them. Can't give them away. The 83 stickers are nicer than the 83 cards. Now, let me clear my throat because you need to see these. If you're a basketball fan, any basketball fans out there? I got enamored with this set, and man, I loaded up on the football. I have some hockey, and I have some basketball here. And the football is the 2012. These are 2013 certified, totally certified. And this is a Kawhi rookie. This is numbered to 499, I think. And the Jimmy Butler rookie. This is numbered to 199, I believe. We got Steph Curry. But mostly, this is numbered. I get some of the numbered ones, but mostly into these patches. I just think they're beautiful cards. So this is a Kawhi rookie patch. Steph Curry. LeBron. Man, I was collecting these before I even knew there was a YouTube community. Before I was even on YouTube. Tim Duncan. When I got back into the hobby in 2014, this is one of the first sets I was collecting. Kobe. Kevin Durant. Yao Ming. Russell Westbrook. Kyrie Irving. James Harden. Dwayne Wade. Dennis Rodman. When I was living in Miami, I hung out with him one night. Man, it was a blast. It was at this club called The Forge. And on Wednesday nights, everybody would go to The Forge. And they had this really great restaurant. And so my friend, she was having a birthday, and we went out there. We had like nice filet mignon, nice dinner. Then they had like a club area. They had an outside area. And then on the side, they had just a club. And he was there. So I was hanging out with him for a little bit. I have to tell you, after hanging out with him, I became a big fan of his. He's a cool guy. Blake Griffin. Dirt. And Chris Bosh. In 1983 Donruss, they had these cards. These are pretty cool. These are, you know, the art cards, I guess Perez and of the greats. But these are pretty cool cards. There's Honus Wagner. Jackie Robinson. I love the artwork on these. The Wayner brothers. Ralph Kiner. Who is that? Burley Grimes. Struggling. Luke Averill. Robin Roberts. Jimmy Fox. I don't know which other ones I need. I grab some of these cards once in a while. Got these Sports Illustrated for Kids greats, Bob Feller. Lou Brock. Got a little bit of everything around here. eBay authentication. So excited to get that. You know, I got the 59 bazooka. That was the last Aaron I got. And at the National, I got Con's Wiener. So, and I got 3 of the toughest Hank Aaron's in recent months. eBay and their authentication. Hey guys, that was a bit of a long one. Thanks for watching.